Have you ever noticed that you much rather stay at the office longer, take another call, or scroll through your phone rather than spending an evening with your wife? I'm Natalie. I help married business owners strengthen their marriage so their relationship fuels their success instead of draining it. You don't always enjoy being around your wife. Elite husbands, strong husbands, don't run from tension. They move into it with actual strategy, guidance, structure, and tools, the right kind of tools, not just any tools. And they ask themselves, what have I not addressed? Where has resentment accumulated? What conversations am I avoiding? Because avoidance always compounds. If nothing changes, this becomes your future. No one wants that. Separate lives under one roof. Roommate energy, right? What they call it. Transactional conversations, obligation on when it comes to intimacy. Kids who can feel the distance, right? A wife who no longer admires you. A home that no longer feels like home or there's peace. That is how divorce begins. So if you want to stop this, if you want to learn how to be able to lead differently, lead confidently with clarity and structure with the right tools, I highly recommend you download the free framework that I have because it's going to help you rebuild respect, affection, and connection inside your marriage once again. The link to download is in the description below or pinned comment below. Highly recommend that you take that first step, take action on that because you have nothing to lose but everything to gain. Okay? That's far less costly than it is divorce. And let me give you another solution. You don't need more date nights. You need truth. You need actual truth. You need to identify exactly where the resentment started. You need to take responsibility for your side as a man, as a leader of the household, and you need to lead the repair. Not because it's your fault, but because leadership starts with ownership and responsibility. A man who doesn't enjoy being around his wife isn't free. He's successful externally, but compromised internally. And eventually that contradiction catches up with him. Your marriage should be a source of strength. It is one of your highest valuable assets, not a place where you escape from. Your marriage should fuel you as a man and also take on bigger challenges in the workplace. You can't do things on your own. You need your team by your side. Your wife, your kids are part of that team. Are they aligned with that vision? Do they even support it? Do they even respect it? Do they even know? Okay, first off, do they even know what the vision is? Do they trust it? Do they trust you? Starts with you. Starts within, leadership within, before anything else can change around you, especially what you really want in your marriage. Where she builds you up, where she admires you, where she trusts you, where she respects and wants to do everything for you, basically. That desire comes within her, but it takes a leader to take initiative on those things, to work on himself, taking ownership, responsibility where they also lacked from. And sometimes you need guidance in those certain areas. That's where I come in. You love her, right? But lately, you don't really like being around her. That distinction matters because love can remain while connection dies. And that is exactly how many marriages quietly deteriorate. Finding reasons to be busy, not because you're ambitious, but because home feels heavy. Who wants to be around that? You're searching for peace. The dangerous lie that you've been told, most men tell themselves, it's a busy season. Things will get better after this project. You've adapted to disconnection. A lot of married couples get to this point to become immune to it. And adaptation in that form is dangerous because what you tolerate today becomes your marriage tomorrow. And next thing you know, 5 years, 10 years after that, the defense version, the irritated version, the frustrated one, the version that feels criticized, misunderstood, or inadequate. So you withdraw. It's just easier that way. It's exhausting if you don't, because distance feels safer than discomfort. The longer you do this, there's a huge cost to it, right? Every time you emotionally check out, the gap widens. She feels it. Obviously, you feel it. Even if she can't articulate it, she feels unwanted, not safe, not heard, unchosen, not favored, not valued, and eventually she stops reaching for you. And that's not what you want. You want her to reach for you. Before I go deeper into this, my friend, I put together a free guide on the 5 steps to rebuild respect, connection, and support in your relationship. The link to download is in the video description below or pinned comment below. Go grab it now to get a head start in this. So let me tell you why this happens. Highly successful men are wired for results. You like problems you can solve. Business rewards competence. Marriage exposes blind spots. At work, people respect your authority, right? At home, your wife feels your weakness. And many men unconsciously resent that, resenting their wives, even though that shouldn't be the case, right? It's a leadership within type of work that needs to be done. And the brutal reality is, if being around your wife feels exhausting, you're carrying unresolved resentment. Chemistry doesn't disappear randomly. Deep connection fades away under unspoken disappointment. You want to stop misdiagnosing it, okay? The problem usually isn't her personality. No, you fell in love with her personality. You love how she is, how she sees the world, that sort of thing. So that's not the issue here. The issue is it's the emotional depth between you, the unresolved conversations that needs to be had, but sometimes we don't have the guidance on how to have those conversations, the repeated disappointments, the trust that has been chipped away. You can't move forward without trust in anything. Ignoring that long enough, companionship turns into coexistence. If you're courageous enough, if you're actually serious enough to get clarity for this particular situation that you're in, I highly recommend you book a free strategy call with me. Absolutely for free, no cost to you. If anything, if it's not a match between you and I working together potentially in the future, then you're still going to get out of it with clarity and tools and actual steps that you can take starting tonight in your marriage. And if you want to learn why highly successful men lose attraction in their marriage and how to get it back, watch this video next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.